We are ready for staining. The moment of truth is upon us. The wood has been sanded to 220, 240, can't remember what the piece of sandpaper is, something like that. I'm sure 20 grit doesn't make a difference at that level. So sanded, and I've conditioned it with the rest of the mixture that I made up the other day. I'm looking at the 4 dilutions of conditioner. I couldn't really see a difference, and I had enough. It turns out the rest in that jar was more than enough to condition the wood. So the neck, I just masked off the fretboard. I haven't conditioned the top side of this because this is going to be a solid black. I'm just going to spray this solid black, so it doesn't really matter if any stain gets on it, and it's not going to need conditioning because that is just going to go. That's a solid black colour. So everything else is conditioned. So it's given a sort of a slightly more golden yellow look from the top. So if you see the top of the headstock there to the back, slightly darker but not too much, and it's nice and smooth. And then the body, I've got it attached to my surrogate neck at the moment with a hook. But yeah, you can see it's quite nice looking. So yeah, I've just got to stain it up. I'm going to start with the neck because I guess, well, I've seen it said you can always paint it black afterwards, so no need to panic. But yeah, let's go for this. So all I'm going to use is just a bit of. I ended up applying the conditioner with, rather than a foam brush, I used just a piece of cotton rag. Went on really nicely, and then yeah, you're automatically cleaning it off. But yeah, so let's see whether it applies evenly and whether we have succeeded. So gloves on, because I do not want to get stain on my hands. Although that said, the pairs of gloves I used yesterday had holes in the fingers by the end of it, so fingers crossed these stay intact while I'm using the stain. If not, then I'm going to look like I have a tobacco habit. Oh, right, so eventually I'll get these on. And so here we go. This is the Man's water-based brown. And we're going to give this a go, see whether we can stain it. So, wish me luck. This is the nerve-wracking part. Straight in there. Oh, there's no enormous blotchiness to start with. Certainly doesn't look blotchy, but this is the maple neck, so I don't think the maple neck was ever going to have as many problems as the basswood was going to have. It looks quite a nice colour. I think, looking at it to start with though, I think it's probably going to want to be slightly darker, so it might need 2 coats, maybe a little sand in between. Anyway, let's get some more on there. Don't want to be scrimping on it, be generous. So I'll try and go up to the edge here, but I'm not going to worry too much if I get it onto the front of the headstock. As I said, that's going to be plain black by the end of this escapade. So get back down here as well. This is water-based. I'm not a massive fan of solvents, so anything that, if you can avoid solvents, I think the more I can avoid them the better. Also easier for clean-up as well if it's not solvent-based. Just try and get in there. The other big question, I suppose, is whether whether we're going to end up with an even colour or kind of a similar colour across both pieces of wood. So is the maple going to stain the same as the is the maple going to stain to the same colour as the basswood of the body? I don't know. This is the mystery. The bit that you never know until you put some stain on a guitar and see what it ends up looking like. Yeah, I'm quite liking that colour though. That's not offensive to my eyes. I should really have another bit of t-shirt here lying around. I think we are nearly there with this side. Make sure we go all the way. So there's a bit of the neck that shows. I've left the number. The number is still on there from the body. I'm hoping it won't show up that much. I don't really want to mess with the neck too much at this point because the neck pocket is bordering on kind of sloppy, so it's not perfectly. I'm hoping just darkening it you won't notice the number poking through. So let's try and get that in there. So it certainly looks even, that's good. Okay. I think I'm actually lifting it up a little bit there. So I think I'll just... Right, I think that's probably enough. You can see it's a nice looking scarf joint in there. But yeah, I think if I mess around with it too much, I'll end up regretting it. So let's just leave that looking fairly even. I'll hang that up. Oh, I'm kicking the tripod, sorry. Actually, I won't hang it up now because I'm attached with the microphone. I'm just going to lift it out of the way. So there we go, there's the colour of that. That looks quite nice. Quite pale on the sides. Yeah, I think it's probably going to want some extra. Yeah, I can't remember what I did the last time when I did the Les Paul. Whether I changed whether I added anything to the brown, sort of diluted it with yellow or something. I can't remember. But yeah, this is looking quite nice. So let's move that out of the way. Let's bring the body in. Move that over there. Oh, bring the body in. Do not knock the stain over. And move the neck out of the way. Okay, right. Stage 2. Really nervous times now. So here we go. Eek. So I can definitely see where there's still grain on this wood. So it's going to take some soaking in. And that pot is in the wrong place. I'm going to end up knocking that over if I'm not careful. Yeah, I'm just going to have to dab in at that to try and make sure the grooves in the wood there are accepting the stain. Now that doesn't look too bad. I've just got some spots where the grain is still a little lumpy. If I lift it up, I'm not going to show you here. So if you can see, hopefully there, just about here, if I put my finger there, so that, I'm just trying to fill those in with the stain, trying to sort of squeeze it into the holes, squeeze it into those gaps in the wood. This seems to be going on reasonably easily, or evenly, sorry. A couple of times I nearly knocked over that stain shifting the guitar about. I could just imagine it all bubbling everywhere. Yeah, so I'm going to have to get into these. So yeah, once the dye is in there, it's quite dark. It's nice dark streaks in that, in those little cracks in the wood, which hopefully, I think I said in the first video that I was going to oil this guitar, but I think I might attempt to lacquer it, use a water-based lacquer, because I'd like to try a glossy, pretty glossy finish. I mean, I didn't do too badly with the True Oil. But yeah, I would quite like to try I don't know, maybe maybe I didn't do enough coats. I think that's probably what happened with the True Oil. I just got excited and wanted to get finished. But I want to try a lacquer one, and I haven't got a load of spraying equipment, so I just want to do a paint on lacquer type of coat to see whether I can do it. And then yeah, the hope is eventually to move on, rather than just assembling kit guitars and painting them, would be to build a proper guitar. I've got a project in mind, yeah, to try at some point. So build a proper guitar from scratch. So yeah, but that would be one that would want a solid colour, and then hopefully a lacquer finish. The idea is to practice on all these cheap guitar kits and then eventually graduate to a proper, planks of wood shaped by myself. So yeah, it's definitely going to take some time to get the wood, the dye into these little pores. But I really like the colour. Hopefully people don't think it's just a lazy stain. Yeah, just getting this into. Here we go again. Try and knock the stain over. Oh, that would be a disaster if it went everywhere. Right. So I was told that everywhere online said, oh, basswood won't need any sort of grain filler. I don't know whether that's the case, whether people believe that. Everybody said, oh no, don't use, not going to need it, but I wonder whether that would have filled up these little gaps. Would it have done what I wanted? I don't know. These little pores, these little dings in the wood. Would that have prevented me having to do this and try to get the dial in them now? But yeah, I think we've avoided the blotchiness. It doesn't look too right. I think on the instructions for this dye, let's have a look at this while I do it. So it says, apply a generous coat in the direction of wood grain, leaving a little on the surface. Wipe off excess stain with a sponge or paintbrush as you work. Whoa, okay, that was way more. Whoa, there we go, blotches. Oh, quick, move it around. I've now got it all over my hand. There we go, generous, look, you see, just like it said. And then, right, let's carry on reading. Paintbrush, sponge or spray gun. Okay, well I'm using a rag, hopefully that's acceptable. Yeah, drying times within 30 minutes, dependent upon temperature, wood and application. Coverage 10 metres square per litre. Important, denib, lightly sand, it says in brackets, before applying a second coat or a top coat. So it wants to be lightly sanded apparently before applying a second coat. So there we go. It's going to want denibbing. I don't know whether the top coat will be the one that gets these little light bits up. I'm not sure. Just try and go for the worst of them and just get some really wet stain in there. Right, and then with the grain. You can see it streaking. If I go across the, put my fingers in it. If I go across the grain, you can see it streaking down here. But yeah, how are we doing with those? I'll put my fingers in it again. It's really trying to sort of squeeze out the rag as I go through this one, and just try and fill in those little holes, and then I can scrape it so it's nice looking. Still haven't got them all though, finally. Again, it might be the thing that comes with the second coat. And this is just the brown straight brown. It's not been thinned or tinted with any colour. Part of me was wondering whether I've got some red stain, whether to go with a red stain on top of this, or maybe in the brown for the next coat. If it needed a next coat, I'm not really sure what the effect is going to be. If I stick another coat on here, is it going to make it too brown? The wonders and the terror of staining a guitar. Yeah. think. It's quite dark and I like it. Still vaguely natural looking. Let's bring it back in the movie. Well, it's certainly penetrating the wood, so that varnish conditioner, yeah, whether it made a difference I don't know, because I never tried it on this wood without, but at least it is penetrating, it is coming up with a nice colour. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Let's just get in there with a bit of squeeze. So, yeah, that's rather nice looking. But yeah, these I don't know whether to, and I'm going to just have to wait and see what happens the next one, the next coat. Should I go for the ends? I guess I should go for the side, shouldn't I? And I can do the back separately. So I clean this with, what is it? I think Americans call it mineral spirits. I think for us it's methylated spirits. Cleaned it with that and sort of looked for any glue marks or any places where the stain was going to go, and I couldn't see anything obvious. So hopefully that's actually the case, and it's not just that I didn't spot them. I think it normally ends up darker around the sides. Apologies, there's a lot of silence in this video, isn't there? Just me attacking a guitar with some dye. Perhaps we can speed some of this up. Ooh. Ooh, on my hook. Certainly isn't as much, I suppose. I was going to say there's not as much of a glue splodges and things on this guitar, but I guess the Les Paul had a binding down the side, so it would have been, you know, there's more chance for it to have glue splodges, and there's more reason for it to have had glue splodges down the side. Whereas with this one, because we've only got a chunk of wood that's been routed and rounded over, there's not that much. Not that much to go wrong. To the awkward bit now. Right, let's put that way. cover up myself. Oh no, I've got my microphone with my hook. Get off. Get off. There we go. So the other question is whether the stain on the neck and the stain on the body are going to come out looking similar. I think they look slightly different. But maybe by the time I've finished doing the body, I can do the neck again and see whether it loads up darker. Okay. Whew, there we go then. So where are you? Can you see that? Let's move that out of the way. There's the first part of the body. Looks quite nice. Just more little splodges and pores to deal with. Yeah, it's just squeezing the rag into these bits where it's not seeping in, and try not to put my fingerprints all over it. Right to the top, what do we think? Oh my goodness, there's more of them. Okay, I think I'm in danger of doing something bad to the finish there. If I do that, I think it's probably best to leave that. Just, yeah, it's quite nice. So yeah, the colour definitely isn't the same. If I hold the, you can see there the neck doesn't look anywhere near as dark as this basswood. Let me knocking that on there. Right, let's try and avoid smashing the hook into the neck and into the body. I'll do the back, and then I think I'll leave it for a bit, leave it to hang for a while, and then I'll come back and try and see what I need to do in terms of sanding and second coats. Make sure they blend into each other. Should take a note on what I did with the Les Paul now, so that I'd know. Yeah, I think I might have put black onto it or brown first to raise it, to get the grain to do something. Yeah, it was a very long time ago. Now, is there anybody out there thinking, oh my god, what's this guy doing? He's heading for a massive error, massive fail. Possibly. What do you know that I don't know? Lots of things. Really worry too much about this bit. The screw holes, aren't they? And there's going to be a plate on the back here, but I'll try and get it in as best I can. Going across the grain to try and seep some of this into the pores and then smooth it out again with the grain. Keep it looking tidy. There's loads up here. Even the movie, just about. With the wider ones, the thin ones seem to want to not play ball. These screws are the actual screws that are for the plate, but I'm going to assume that they will, because it's a water-based stain, they should just clean up. Ooh, try not to scratch the guitar. Let's get those screws clean with some meths or something later if it needs it. Right. Ooh. Blimey. Didn't think it would be this much effort. Hopefully this is reasonably interesting to watch. I say reasonably. It's interesting, there's one blotch there, one little blotch. Don't think I missed it. Let's just give it a... interesting, looks like finger marks. Oh, I bet it's finger marks from when I was doing the other side of it. Oh dear. There we go, is that my mistake that you spotted? That's interesting, they've come through really prominently there. Right, what can we do? Apart from try and rub them off. Interesting, is that just strange? Yeah. Can you see that? Can you see, oh, don't do that, don't go that way. Can you see that there? There's finger marks. Oh dear. Well. I guess I should check the other side for finger marks now. So the finger marks on the back's not so bad. Finger marks on the front. Yeah, that's alright. It's not too bad. That's strange how that's happened, isn't it? Oh, my doorbell's going. Bear with me a moment. Thank you very much. Cheers. Get off there, fly. Oh, I should put that on the fly quickly. Putting gloves back on sweaty hands. Ooh, okay. Okay. Right, I'm back in the room. I don't know what the postman must think when I rock up wearing one glove that looks like that. What he must think I'm doing. I have, yeah, so, right, finger marks. What are we going to do about those? Good question, I think. Don't know. I've taken the opportunity to turn the light on as well because it's getting a little dark now. Yeah, what to do about finger marks? This is an interesting one. Yeah, I don't know, they have, that's settled in. I'm not sure I'm lifting them at all. Well, we know for the future, don't we? We know for the future. Don't hold the guitar at all. If necessary, leave it and come back to it later. Leave it to dry on one side. So, well, yeah, I don't know why that's happened. I don't know if it's moving or whether it's even these. It's definitely fingers, but whether it's come from somewhere else, I'm not sure. Whether I over-applied the conditioner or something. Anyway, we'll see whether maybe we can sand them out. If it doesn't steam out, it'll sound out right. Oh, missed. Blimey, still got loads of these little marks. I wonder whether I've too far gone on this one, whether I'll need to come back to it. And I'll end up moving it around and making it blotchy. I think I should go in here as well, shouldn't I? I should have conditioned this. I need to go in here to make sure that I get the if the cavity, the pickup control cover doesn't fit properly, we don't see some nice light basswood around the side. I guess it doesn't need to worry too much about being blotchy or not, does it? Ah yeah, you can see how much darker it is in the cavity. I'll lift it up in a sec when I'm done. You can see just how much darker it would have been if I'd have left the wood naked. Let's just get that. Try and get those bits there. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Squeeze that into the edges. That's where I actually need it. There we go, I think we've got it. You're right, now we're going to start lifting that if we're not careful. So I think it's probably, I'm just going to have to leave those and come back to them when it's time for the second coat, I think. Otherwise I'll end up messing about with the coat and I'll end up ruining it. Right, okay. Oh, stick my fingers in it there. Yeah, because I think I'm sort of moving the surface around. It does look a little bit uneven, but yeah, if we sand that back, hopefully we'll find what we need to find. So, there we go. So right, what was I going to show you? I said I was going to show you how much darker the pickup cavity edge was. Can you see that? Yeah, so you can see just how dark that is. That's come out quite a nice colour. I really like that. Sort of darkish. But yeah, I've still got, if you can see on this side here, where I went a bit too quick and moved on, I've still got some of those light bits there, which I'm going to have to get to. But yeah, I mean, once we start moving dark dust around, and yes, the finger marks of destiny, the ghost finger marks. What's going to happen there? Who knows? So the front looks really nice though. Front's come out looking good. Yeah, so we'll sand it back, see what happens, give it another coat, I think. Hopefully it doesn't send it too dark. Yeah, if that happens, well, then we're heading towards painting it black, aren't we? Right, let's put the lid back on this. And I'm going to pause for a bit and get some sanding things. Yeah, I don't know if I'll show the sanding. I think I'll sit outside and do the sanding. I probably won't show you that. But yeah, so you've seen it now like it is. So let's make sure there's definitely a shot of the body as it was. There we go. And then on the other side. And then the sides have come out not terribly dark, which is good. And then the neck. The neck's looking all right. Unfinished on that face. There we go. So yeah, got shots of those. Yeah, I shall take my gloves off. So yeah, I'll sand it, and then we'll come back. And then, what did it say? 30 minutes? Within 30 minutes, depending on temperature, wood and application. Within 30 minutes. So I'll leave it for half an hour, give myself a drink, and come back in a bit, and we'll sand it. Yeah, see whether we can get rid of those finger marks. So, catch you in a bit.